2, 1. Here we go. All right, so third try. We're going to get it right this time. You don't know that, but that's okay. So we're going to do this keyhole thing. Just for reference, it's about 12:15 on August 9th, 2020. We're in COVID season. If we're still doing these 10 years from now, and we're looking back, we're like, what's that COVID thing? Well, it was a pain in the butt. We love it, though. Not really. Okay, so we're going to make this keyhole. Keep in mind you have your little worksheet here to do as well. What I'm showing you on the screen is not the final product. It is just an update. The questions will be the same. Might have some grammar or whatever else I'm going to look through, but that's pretty much the things you need to know for this drawing. Cool? If you hear a loud noise in the background, my cat's running around here and he's being loud today. He thinks he's lost. Okay, so here we go. Do me a favor, though. Yes, I give you this. Don't just make it. Please, please follow me. You will get lost. I've done this one 3 times. I made one mistake, messed the whole darn thing up. So, here we go. File, New, standardin.ipt like we've done. Start 2D sketch, XY plane. Okay, here we go. So, first things first, we're going to do a mirror, and I need to do a center line first. Okay, it just helps with the process here. Oh, that's fun. Don't want that up. Okay, draw a line up here about, in between 1.5 to 2. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. Next, turn off center line. I didn't do this last time, and it caused me a little bit of a headache, so turn that off first. We're just going to draw a little angle line right this. It doesn't matter how long it is. We're going to make it right here in a few minutes. Okay? So, next thing is mirror. Mirror. Okay. Choose your line. Go slow. Choose the arrow next to mirror line. Choose a center line. Choose apply. You're done. It actually clicked on. So keep in mind, it's a mirror. What you do on one side, it does on the other side. It's like looking in a mirror itself. If you wink and that reflection doesn't wink back at you, run. Something creepy is about ready to happen to you. So here we go. Next thing is we're going to do some arcs. Okay. So making sure that center line is off, we're going to go tangent arc. Did this to me last time. I don't know why. Okay, we'll try it again. Arc. There we go. All right, you're going to click one, then you're going to click the other. I just pressed escape a few times and it let me do it. I don't know why it was clicking onto this end, but it was. So you need a tangent arc down here. Up top, I want you to do a 3-point arc. So click here, click here. Now, make this thing kind of big. If you want an estimate, I'm going to estimate about 1 3/4. So we want it to be kind of big. All right. Next step is start to dimension. So your geometry is created. Now we're going to make it the size we want it to be. So click on dimension next. Now, here's what I need to do first. There's a little dot down here. I need to click it. This is the center point of this tangent arc right here. So I need to click this dot here. I need to click the middle dot here. Click that, change that to 2. Okay? It should stay lined up still. If not, then there's another problem. You might have to do a vertical constraint and click this in the middle if it does get thrown off, but you should be fine as long as you keep that center line there. Okay? Next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do a dimension up here at the top. Click. And honestly, I need to go back and double check. Okay, I was right. It is 1.5. Okay, there it goes. All right. The next one you have to do is this one down here. Do them in the order I'm doing them, please. This should be 0.6. Ah, perfect. See? It's like that little shape. The last thing is your dimension. So click here, and just dump that someplace, and that should be 35. The great thing I love about Inventor is that there's only one dimension button for everything. You don't have to choose arc or diameter or angular or whatever else, and so you're good. Okay, one final step on this, and I forgot to do this last time, and this will make life just a little bit easier. I want to move this down. Okay, you'll be like, what? Yes, I want to move this because I want this dot to be on the origin point. It will just make things easier later on. So here's what I want you to do. Hit move. Highlight the entire object. Choose base point. Choose this little center point right here that's the bottom of that 2 inches. I don't care. Move it down here. Okay? And now you're good. If it doesn't work, it's not a huge deal. It's just something I like to do because later on you have to draw some more lines and it will just help out as we get through this. If not, don't stress about it and just move on. Okay? Press your finish sketch. All right, extrude. Done a few times. And sorry, I just made a little bit of a mistake. I had to go back and edit. All right, so we're going to distance 0.61. But this time, we're also going to do a taper, okay? What a taper does is, well, it tapers it. It's minus 16. So it'll bring the object in at a 16-degree angle, so there's a little bit of an angle to it, so it's not flat on. So if you look at it, pressing Shift and scroll, you see how if it looks straight on, it tapers in. If it's a positive number, it goes out. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so now we're going to fillet. We're going to do 2 fillets on the same little function right here. The first is 0.25, and that's just this bottom area right here. You should be able to click it all at one time. Next, you're going to go click to add. You're going to do this top part. This will be 0.5. Press enter. Press OK. Now your object should look something like this. Does it? I hope so. Okay. Real quick, function of a taper. There you go. All right. Next, we're going to do a concentric circle. We've done one of these in the past, but we're going to do it again, just so I know that we're on the same page. So hole. All right. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your hole and seat are set like this. Okay. You're not going to do a counter bore, counter sink, a counter top, a counter anything, a counter angle. You're just going to do the regular hole. Okay. Click someplace in here. My measurement is 1 inch. You can set that now or not. It doesn't matter. Now, you can't place this thing until you actually click something. Doesn't matter which circle you click on. I can click this one. It'll still center it right in the middle of this big circle right here. I can choose the inside one, outside, doesn't matter. So, when you do a concentric circle, you have to click on another circle to line it up. Press OK. All right. Got through that. Next step, we're going to do this little keyhole thing right here. So click on the face, go create sketch. Here's where things are going to get a little bit funky. Okay, so here's what we're going to do here. We're going to draw a rectangle over here in space because I'm going to move it over here in a minute. Okay, it'll just make things a little bit easier this way. The bottom is 0.25, tab, the side is 2. Remember, you can tab back and forth in order to get your measurement in. And then just press enter. Okay? Now, I am going to draw a center line. I'm going to click line. I'm going to click the center line. I'm going to draw a line down here at the bottom. That is 0.25. Okay? If you zoom in on it, you'll see that it's a center line. There you go. Okay? Now, we're going to move this thing over. So, I'm going to hit move. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to choose base point. I'm going to click the bottom of this and go right here. And press done. Now, if you are one of the ones that were like having problems with finding this point, if you move your mouse around this arc right here, you should be able to find it too. Okay. Press finish sketch. Now we're just going to do a basic extrusion. So I think it goes back. So make sure it's cutting through, but we're not going to cut through all the way. And we're just going to go through 0.25. Press enter. And press OK. All right. Rolling good. Okay. Next we're going to do something kind of complicated, but we can do this. So we'll click on this flat surface here and go create sketch. So here we're going to create the text right there. Okay, so we're going to play around with it for a minute. So, first thing we're going to do is we have to create some geometry. So circle. Now, I'm trying to find the center point of this. So, if you move your mouse around and touch these circles, don't click, just touch, you'll see how it'll snap on. I'm going to go 1.4 and then just press enter. Okay? So next, I'm going to go geometry text. That's how you attach your geometry to, your text to some geometry around your object. So click this, then click your circle. Now it'll make your text around it. You see you have options. You have a position, going under, over. We're going to go over. Okay. I'm going to set my height to 0.4. 0.4. Okay. Put your, let's do like initials. Okay. Like instead of doing LACC, let's just do your initials or your first name, as long as it's not something extremely long, because it's going to run into each other. Okay. So I'm going to go Ryan. Okay. And go ahead and just press OK. Not bad, not great. We can do better. Okay. I did that on purpose because I want to show you guys how to like adjust these things. So double click on your name again. Now whenever you make a change, you have to highlight it. Okay. So let's just, for argument's sake, let's do, let's push the center right here. You see it bumps it over there? I'm going to press OK. Okay, still not good. All right. I know how to fix this, so I did that on purpose. So double click it again. Highlight the name. We're going to do an angle. I'm going to put 90. Okay. Let's press OK again. Looking better. Looking better. I'm going to click my name again. Highlight it. Ooh, whoa, it just moved over a bunch. And then, okay, sorry about that. I made a mistake and I realized what I did wrong. So I got my name and everything correct. So as you see here, the numbers you want is you want this thing at 90 and you want this thing at center. Okay, otherwise it'll be over here. The thing is I made my circle too big. Oops. Here's how we fix this. We're going to double click this. This is my first time trying this. This may work. I may have to redo this step. I don't know, but I'm going to press 1.1 and I bet it moves it. It does. Woohoo! Yay! Awesome. Press finish. Okay? Next we're going to do something called emboss. Emboss. Okay? So what the emboss does is it engraves and it also does an emboss. Emboss is when it lifts it up. So if you ever have a t-shirt that has your letters engraved on it, that's an emboss. We're going to do an engrave. I'm going to click this. I'm just going to use the default 0.1. I'm going to press OK. Oops, I did the other one. That's okay. I actually don't care which way you put this thing. And there it goes in. Now, if emboss doesn't work, you can use extrude also. But since you did it right, I know you're good. Sorry, I do a quick edit, so I'm just going to go in here and change this so we're good. I got 1:45 left, so I'm going to do this next part really fast. So last thing we're going to do, I don't want to do a shell because then I'm going to get all the extra stuff. I just want to do one more engrave, but I want to show you how to offset too. So I'm going to click on the inside face and go create sketch. Okay? Then I need to do what's called a project geometry. What that does is it gives me all the lines of your object that you've made. Okay? That's a question. Next I'm going to do an offset. When you offset something, it grabs everything. It grabs everything you click, not just one line, it grabs it all. So I'm going to go in 0.16. We're going to use that number just like we did at the start. Okay? Now we're going to press finish sketch. And we're going to go to extrude. So this is the last step and then you're done. So we're almost there. So choose extrude. Your distance is 0.25. Remember, it's my last one, so it's right there. We're going to click on this inside face right here. Now, I want to cut in. Make sure you do that. If you do not, you'll have to erase your extrusion and redo it because it doesn't like to correct this. Then on the taper, we're going to go -1/6 again. Press OK. And there you go. So if this was a shell, you would see the Ryan and everything else. I didn't want that. I wanted it to just do a taper. So if you want to go ahead and change the color, you can, just like in the original part of the video. Don't really care. It's up to you. But you're now done. So please save this as your last name. inventor.